What did you see with Ohio State today?
Let's see. How do I put this? To me,
Oh,
lack of gumption, lack of guts, lack of wanting to be there.
so
Like
lack of
that game
onion?
to me was just, it just neither team. I was very frustrated watching that game because neither team they acted like they wanted to win the game. Like Nebraska's running down and they're running screens and not pushing the ball down the field when they got to push it back. The only thing that changed the game was the whole targeting garbage again and then stuff being thrown on the field. But you actually saw energy from Ohio State's players and running around. Like that was the thing for me where it's like, does anybody want to win the game? Some of the goal line stuff, like Nebraska's goal line stuff, just blah, meh, no creativity, no go for it. It was just frustrating to watch.
Well,
and by the way, the only thing that mattered from the game was what you already mentioned. The next left tackle, because it's not always like usually all these teams, especially the better teams like the Ohio States or the better deeper teams, usually higher ranked teams, they can handle one. But when you get two to a unit, now you start getting a much greater effect in that injury issue.
well, and they had already lost their left tackle the week before,
Right.
the game before against Oregon, and then late in the game they lose their second left tackle, which struggled all game. And let's call a spade because we're gonna do that here. Like you're gonna get it straight, no chaser. Ohio State got their butts kicked up front. Like they got destroyed up front. Just go look at 9-0. You know, Big Hatsmaker and Big Nine. Gosh dang, both those boys.
Ty, his first name's Robinson. Ty Robinson, right?
Both those boys ate. Like they ate up front. They ate off the edges. You know, they went inside on the left tackle a lot. Got a ton of pressure. When they had time, though, it was no surprise. Jeremiah Smith, 60 yards. Tate gets a 40-yard touchdown. Like Ohio State's weapons are ridiculous. And when they have time, it's insane what those receivers can do on the outside to make big plays. So Ohio State's defense, very positive, very good. You know, you saw a little bit of the running game get going for Nebraska. You saw Raiola scramble a little bit. I will say this about Ohio State. If I've got concerns, cornerback out wide, man, we're handsy as crap. Yeah. And we get PIs and we get holding calls. And, you know, it's consistently outside. So Nebraska trying to dump it on the perimeter, Ohio State tackled that the whole time. Try to run screens late in the game. Ohio State was on it. Their pass rush was pretty good. Their defense won them the football game. And that's a good sight, by the way. Great football teams find a way to win when you don't play your best. And so I think Ohio State finding a way, but I think that next week, Penn State gets real. And it's going to be tough because Ohio State could not run the football very well at all. And next week, can they do it against Penn State, who's got a bunch of dudes in there that can also play?
That felt like a typical Ohio State performance where they kind of sleep through an opponent they know they're better than. I mean, because Nebraska just took it on the absolute chin the week before against Indiana.
They had their
and you just kind of show up.
Yeah.
And they responded.
But Ohio State did too, right?
And you didn't.
Ohio State.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah, Ohio State did too. So, yeah, I was not high on Nebraska after they gave up 450,000 points the week before. Like it was tough to watch that Indiana game.